What did you think of Chimaev's 205 tweet?
Guy's just fucking is a clown, dude. I mean, you want to talk about a clown? You fought once in the middleweight division, you're moving up to fight an easier fight, and that's what he's doing. He's moving up to fight an easier fight.
Hello, guys. Let's start with Sean Strickland, who beat Anthony Fluffy Hernandez last Saturday night, and now he is probably the contender to fight for the title again. But this time, his opponent will be not Dricus du Plessis. This time, he will share the octagon with Khamzat Chimaev. After the victory over Anthony Hernandez, real-deal American guy Sean Strickland immediately started to promote his potential title shot. Strickland began his trash talk as usual, as he likes and as he get used to. Perhaps UFC decided that trash talker crossed the red lines, and one moment his mic was off.
To be clear, I did not bait you to say that, correct?
Oh yeah, you baited the fuck. But it was good. You made it interesting. I mean, these motherfuckers are so boring in this sport. Like, these guys have no personality. You got Colby, the pretend Republican, but like, who's really like entertaining? You got Chimaev, the fucking dope fucker. Like, who's really entertaining in this division? Nobody. So, that's a wrap. Anyways. Wait, I got one for Smo. It ain't a rap, dog. Relax, UFC motherfucker. What's up, Smo?
I gotta ask you this. You stopped the guy with the 8-fight win streak. Do you feel like Sean Strickland did enough to get the next title shot in the middleweight division?
Yes, I fucking did. I don't think this thing works. I'll stand up. Yes, Judge, did enough. Listen, you don't want to see any of these motherfuckers fight that little Chechen war. You want to see the last fucking...
In an interview with Mackenzie Pavicic following the fight, Tarzan made it clear his days of fighting outside of the United States are over.
So, a fight with Khamzat at some point somewhere in the world over fighting at the White House?
Well, first of all, guys, I'm not leaving this country ever again. I'm an American. I'm not leaving. I'm not traveling. I'm not vacationing. I'm going to die on this fucking soil. So it will be in America. Where the fuck that is, I'll be there.
All right. Well.
Chimaev responded shortly afterward on social media, referencing Strickland's previous losses. "Habibi, come down. I destroyed the guy who beat you twice. American." Dana White has always been hesitant about current UFC champions moving up in weight class without good reason, but he might have to confront that sooner than later, with Alex Pereira and Khamzat Chimaev both teasing that possibility in the near future. Already a two-time light heavyweight champion after previously holding the middleweight title, Pereira has embarked on one of the most remarkable runs in UFC history since joining the company. But the chance to make history as the first ever three-division champion might be too enticing to pass up. With reigning UFC heavyweight king Tom Aspinall sidelined after double eye surgery, rumors have swirled that perhaps Pereira would move up to a new division and challenge Cyril Gane for an interim title. While he's typically not on board with champions jumping weight classes, White admits that if it's something Pereira really wanted, he would entertain the idea. As much as Pereira has earned that kind of opportunity from the UFC, the same can't be said for Chimaev, who won the middleweight title this past August, but still hasn't defended the belt. Since his lopsided win over Dricus du Plessis to become champion, Chimaev has teased all kinds of possibilities for his next fight. But more recently, he dropped a message on social media that simply said, 205. That immediately led to speculation that Chimaev was moving to light heavyweight, and the UFC was preparing to book him in a title fight, especially if Pereira was on his way out. Well, White quickly shot down that idea after addressing Chimaev potentially leaving middleweight and instead testing himself at light heavyweight. Dana said that Khamzat should first defend his title at middleweight, and only after that he can talk about moving up to higher level. As of now, neither Pereira or Chimaev have been booked in any fights, but it sounds like only one of them is a real candidate for a new division and a run at another UFC title. Conor McGregor has hinted at a level of frustration over his return to the UFC as he continues to eye a summer fight. McGregor has not fought since 2021, when he suffered a broken leg in a second consecutive loss to Dustin Poirier, but he remains the biggest name in mixed martial arts. And with the UFC planning an unprecedented fight card at the White House on June 14th, before their annual International Fight Week event this summer, there are ready-made opportunities for McGregor to return. However, it seems unlikely that the Irishman will feature at the White House, given UFC President Dana White said last week that the card is built before adding of McGregor's next fight. McGregor returned to social media on Monday to write, "Day 15 of I accept, send the contract." The fans continue to speculate on McGregor's opponent for a potential comeback, but White has ruled out Colby Covington and Michael Chandler, the latter of whom the Irishman was due to face in 2024. It is expected that McGregor's return will take place at welterweight, 170 pounds, where he has fought on 3 occasions, and where he was due to face Chandler. McGregor is 2-1 at the weight, having traded wins with Nate Diaz in 2016 before stopping Donald Cerrone in 40 seconds 4 years later. Such short news for today. Put your like and subscribe. See you.